Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐂. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. It's the current time of 9:13 a.m. on Eastern Time on July 16th on Saturday. Hope you had a great weekend so far. Ethereum contra $1,220, down about 1% so far. Respect over crypto market on this Saturday morning so far. Again, still consolidating, but across the spectrum is still relatively in a sideways consolidated fashion that we've been trading in like a swing trade perspective, right? From the respective level of 1250 at the reach of the resistance and the support that we have formed several times. And if you count on the chart in front of us, about 3.5 times so far at $1,050. And respect to the overall market on a media affectation front, seems like in the recent time frame, the earnings came out to be relatively kind of a mixed bag, right? Some consumer retail companies have reported a relatively positive earnings and outlook. But on the financial sector side, obviously we saw across the spectrum from Citi, J.P. Morgan with their revision on their outlook of their earnings potential going forward with the recessionary pressure that we're experiencing due to the lack thereof in terms of transactional market on the M&A front, but also with respect to their bad debts that they're incurring on their balance sheets. So with that being said, it doesn't show a lot of signs of health or vitality in those respective financial institutions. In addition to that, on the political side, seems like there's some recent news coming out from the administration. So, as you know, Joe Biden has spoken at a summit in front of a lot of the Arab leaders, and with respect to verbiage that was released on today, literally a couple hours ago, not even like 7:45 a.m. on the Eastern Time. It seems like Joe Biden, based on their conclusion on the meeting, understanding that there's some volatility and some tensions on the Middle East side, and what he says verbatim is that U.S. would not walk away from the Middle East as he tries to ensure the stability in the volatile corner of the globe. In his remarks, he also delivered to the Gulf Corporation Council, and he closed out the final leg for the 4-day trips that he's been doing, and basically reconfirming to the corporations and the nation that with the region, anticipating, embracing for potential confrontations with Iran, again, saying that he will, like U.S. and him as an administrator, will not walk away and not leave a vacuum to be filled by China. So it seems like he's trying to play more of a diplomatic stabilizer, like a police, of the world type of role in this equation. Obviously, this is kind of a historical, um, I guess, affectation that we've seen so far, as one of the key active principle of American leadership historically, right? In addition to that, next week is going to be quite, I would say, interesting. And I'm looking at the calendar ahead, and CNBC did a relatively interesting layout. So Monday seems like there will be earning from Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, IBM, blah blah blah. All of these, so it's kind of a mixed bag, but mostly obviously financial sector. So we'll see how that goes because these are quite sizable drivers in terms of understanding the bad debt, and give us more understanding around the inflationary pressure and their outlook, right? Because they are financial people. On Tuesday, you'll see some a mixed bag of consumer companies like Johnson Johnson, Netflix, Lockheed Martin, which these are more like engineering companies. But also you see some mixed bag with respect to consumer goods company as well. And also you see the Fed Vice Chairman, Brainard, is also speaking on the Community Reinvestment Act. So we'll see how that goes. Also Wednesday, you see some of the kind of a mixed bag. Tesla reporting earnings, and some other companies kind of a mixed bag, like commodity business, to biotech business, etc., etc. And then Thursday, you see some collections of financials, airline to healthcare businesses, and then you end on Friday with respect to mixed bag, right? Again, financial slash healthcare slash engineering businesses as well. So next week's gonna be quite interesting, but it's gonna be quite. I'll say it will give us an industry agnostic flavor of what's investors are thinking collectively. So I do anticipate next week to be a volatile one, as we are getting additional I guess supplementary information ahead of the FOMC meeting that's coming up in a week or so, right? So these are the calendars that we should look out for, and obviously we will keep an eye out on it to see how will those earnings will triangulate. And I think we have gotten over the CPI report, which was negative already, and we try to get resistance from the $1,050 level, which across the whole market has basically reached at that level, basically at the cusp of breaking below the 4 digits for Ethereum, which is a monumental level, but for Bitcoin that's up 18,500, and also for other respective assets and also equity as well, right? Obviously, at a respective consolidated substantive resistance level, right? So feel free to refer to the chart that I put out on Patreon, and you guys will know what I'm talking about, right? So let's just dive right into it to see what's going on right now with respect to recording time of 9:20 a.m. on the Eastern time. You can see that we are below 1250 at the moment. We reached to a level of 1285.73 yesterday, but it immediately got canceled out because you could see that clearly we're seeing a wall here, right? This is not something that is made up. It seems like we are getting some major resistance to try to get up to the next level of 1350. And at the same time, you can see that we have dragged it for quite some time, and we are 51 out of 70 at the moment. So getting blocked is very logical, like we have been already for quite some time. So coming down, as we approach next week, hopefully anticipating ahead of the FOMC meeting, so sell off before then, and then rebound based on the weekly and the monthly perspective. We are gonna have to find some sort of a bottom very soon, right? And also on a monthly also supports that, and then from there you will rebound, right? Weeks and months out from here, right? And also Bitcoin, you could see that clearly, same thing, right? Like large separation has been forming a plateau on the monthly, weekly as well, right? You could see that we are clearly looking for a landing path. So buying around these time, not trying to time the market, but like just understand that rebound should be happening. I'm not saying it's going to be a mega rebound, but I'm saying that there will be buying pressure as the technical will check out from there. But weekly, you can see that we're still consolidating, zigzagging, and we need to cross down before we go up. So buying at a good setup right now, like, we've crossed up for quite some time. We are at the 45 out of 70. So ideally, if you want to buy it better, like maybe somewhere around like 18,500 to 17,500 as we get closer to the volatile time ahead of us will be much better, right? And across all the other altcoin, I would say it's quite comparable, right, across the spectrum. So let me know how it goes, right? Again, daily seems quite, we're gonna see some bearishness, but on the weekly and monthly perspective, we should technically see some, healthy rebound ahead of us. Okay. Well, appreciate you. It's kind of a mixed bag in terms of factors that we need to, encapsulate. Next week's gonna be an interesting one again, and then subsequent to that, we'll obviously get another interesting one. So it seems like we cannot really get a break, but hopefully you guys will have a great summer so far. Spend some good time with your family and your loved ones, and let me know how it goes. Take care.